Another story we have talked about, it happened at an Osceola County Walmart, and we only got 6 seconds of video. And it was video that people were saying, oh, you guys edited it down. We did not. That's all they released. And for good reason, too. It was a teen who was accused of shoplifting something out of a Walmart. And the 6-second video is frozen but we freeze it right before you see him being shot, because it's actually, we learned, against the law to show a teen being killed. But he had what appeared to be a gun in his hand. And you see the police, there it is, it's circled in the red right there. And now we're hearing from people who were actually inside that Walmart, because you got to see all those people in the background, and a teen Walmart with a gun, apparently, and officers also with guns and a taser. And you're like, my gosh, to have been in that store, to have heard the gunshot and see what was going on, you must have been frightened. But so many people inside the store who called 911 had no idea that it was a deputy-involved shooting. So we got our hands on the 911 calls from some of the people inside the store that night. So we want you to take a listen to what some of them said as they called in.
I was just leaving the door, and what sounded like multiple gunshots was enough that everyone started running out the store at the Walmart on Cypress Parkway.
No, we all just heard gunshots going off inside the store, and we were locked inside.
Okay, where are you locked inside of, sir?
The automotive part of the Walmart, but it sounded like it was coming from the front, the shooting.
And I am surprised by the calm tone of the callers, because normally we get 911 calls and people are frantic, especially if you hear gunshots and you're thinking you're in this big Walmart. What do you do if you hear that? Because gunshots, you kind of know when you hear it. And you're
in a building, especially.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll be out with my kids, and they'll say, if some fireworks will go off, and they'll be like, is that a gunshot? I'm like, you'll know when it's a gunshot. Yeah,
and that's what's so scary, because we've had situations where people have been hurt inside stores where there is a gunman or gunshots fired. And this case, the person who was hurt was the 16-year-old. He ended up dying, of course, from that shooting. He was suspected of shoplifting. But it was just one of those things where it's good to hear from the people who are inside the store. And it was important, I think, that they remained calm. And now I'm learning that they remained calm because they had no idea what was actually going on at the front.
Yeah,
to see what
that was
those
at the
people.
Front. He was at the back.
Yeah.
He was in a room by himself calling. I would imagine those people that you could see in the body cam video probably scarred from this. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation. I've seen bodies just doing this job. I have never watched someone get killed in front of me.
I never hope to see that.
No matter what you think of this young man with the gun in the Walmart, seeing a person shot to death in front of you, which you could clearly see there were a bunch of witnesses, I would imagine they will need some therapy. Have you been in a situation before where you saw something gory that you weren't expecting that haunted you?
Oh, no. I mean, I've seen bodies at a scene, and it's never what you think. And I'm so glad that they are mindful and and respectful of the body, and they'll put a tarp up immediately. But sometimes you get to the scene so quickly, you get to it before any of that can play out, and you don't, and people think, oh, it must be so interesting to be able to do your job. And that's the part you don't want.
Yeah, it's different. One of my more jarring memories was on my drive home. We used to do the 11 o'clock news. We'd drive home at midnight, and one night this motorcycle with 2 people on it blew past me on the 408. You remember, I told you about this. And I was like, oh man, they're going fast. And a couple minutes later, there's all this stuff in the road, a car off to the side, and I could see a person in the road. And so I stopped and I go over, and it was the woman who was on the back, and her leg, which was supposed to be like this, was snapped.
That's what I'm saying.
The guy had passed away on the street. And it's one of those things later, I could not, for days, I would just wake up.
You're a civilian seeing that. Think of what first responders must see on the regular and what they have to go through, and they have families they have to go home to, and it's jarring. I hope to never witness anything like that.
Rough stuff.
Yeah.
All right.